Hey everybody, Tekking101 here, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Pokemon Emerald All Shiny Edition, part number 48. Okay, almost done. Alright, so as with the previous couple of episodes, we're going to be going after some more legendary Pokemon in this episode, although these legendary Pokemon actually originated in Generation 2. We are going after legendary birds. Well, I guess they could be considered birds. They are winged animals. I never refer to them as legendary birds, though. Ho-Ho and Lugia, who once again need to be accessed through a mystery gift that can be downloaded through the Nintendo event. So of course we have to use a Game Shark code. Also in this episode, before we get to that though, I'm gonna go and do something else which I forgot to do last time, which is show you guys an interesting little bonus feature that can only be shown after you defeat the Elite Four. And since that, unlike the Deoxys, which required a puzzle, and there was kind of an event with Eon Duo, this doesn't really require much of an event. It's basically just go to the island and catch the birds, and that's pretty much it. So instead, I'm going to show you guys something interesting. This is the Fossil Maniac's house, if you remember. This is the place where we got Dig from this little kid. And I don't know if I went back in the tunnel here, but if I can show you correctly, before you defeat the Elite Four, there's this guy, and he's blocking this tunnel. Oh, it's not safe that way. I was digging away, you see, when the whole wall collapsed. I think there's a giant cavern underneath there now, but I've left it alone because I don't think there are any fossils there. Yeah, he digs a massive cavern in the back of his house, but he discovers an even more massive cavern, and he just decides to leave that alone. Alright, so this is the Desert Underpass, and I'm just going to turn on my Max Repel here. There you go, and as the name states, it does in fact lead underneath the desert, so we just have to head right because we're in Fallborough Town right now. And if you actually follow it the right way on the map, and we walk enough ways, we'll actually end up directly underneath the point where the Mirage Tower was located. And if you remember from the Mirage Tower, bam! The other fossil that sunk into the sand right there. So, obtain the Claw Fossil. I think this is one of the very few instances, if not the only instant in any Pokemon game, where you can actually get both fossils. Because normally, like in Gen 1, you take one fossil, somebody else takes another one, or it just sinks into the sand. This was not in Ruby Sapphire, I believe. This is only in addition to Emerald. So, yeah, very interesting little Easter egg there. I felt I was compelled to mention that. Also, something else that you can do now that we're in the Elite... Oh, look at Ditto. That's something we can do after we defeated the Elite Four, is we can go to the other part of the Safari Zone, which was... Man, this is busy. Ditto! Fun fact about Ditto. His shiny sprite and Mew's shiny sprite, in fact their normal sprites as well, are very similar to Mew, which lends credence to believe that Mew and Ditto have some kind of relation, especially since they're both the only Pokemon that can learn the move Transform, so that's a little thing there. So, yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that little interesting thing there. The Claw Fossil will eventually evolve into Armaldo, which was a Pokemon that Steven Stone will use. He'll actually use both Fossil-type Pokemon when we fight him in the last episode. So, just wanted to show you guys that. Now we can head back to Lily Cove and enter the codes, and we can go and catch Ho-Ho and Lugia at Naval Rock. Naval Rock. Alright then, so as before, turn on your cheat lists and make sure that, let's see, we don't need the Aurora ticket anymore. Remove that. Turn off the shiny codes, of course. Master code can be stayed on. Anti-DMA, make sure that's turned on, of course. I think this one's much simpler than the other ones. Like once again, I could just use the Warp Naval Rock code and we could just go right there right now. So on the off chance this doesn't work, I'll just go and do that. It's pretty simple. Just remember, I have to remember to turn the shiny code back on again. I always forget to turn the shiny code back on after we get to the island, and then it's too late. Come on, Matt, you can spell ticket. There we go. The Mystic Ticket. Some translations refer to it as the Mystery Ticket, but no, it is in fact the Mystic Ticket, so, And then we need the Naval... I cannot spell today. Naval Rock. Enabler. Yeah, Naval Rock. There we go. And just as with the other codes, the ticket should now be in our slot in our PC, so we should go be able to pick that up. Pick it up the PC. No, I don't want to go into one that's PC. No, I don't want to turn it off. There we go. I have no patience, that's the problem. There we go, Mystic Ticket. Looks pretty cool, very purpley. Also, I just gotta ask, you know, who's handing out these tickets? I mean, just like, here, ticket to a mysterious island, catch a legendary bird, anyone? Anyone? No? This 10-year-old kid, it's the only person that wants the ticket? Alright, whatever. The ferry just like for it is blah. Oh, that pass. Is it you who brought that odd ticket? Or are you trying to go to an odd... Oh, that's not fun. That's the same dialogue you had with Deoxys. That's not good. I mean, at least with the Eon Duo, the Southern Island, you were like, shiver me timbers. You know, you were at least having some new dialogue. And this is even the same This is the same dock as Birth Island, man. You guys are really dropping the ball here. Okay, so this is Naval Rock. You can't really see it because of the angle, but if we were to... I don't think we can surf here. I don't think they would let you, but no, you can't surf. But if you were to continue up further beyond this, there's actually a giant mountain looming over us right now. And I think just with Birth Island, I think, yeah, we're completely off the map, so fly will not work. This is no man's land, guys. This is no man's land. Alright, so this is Naval Rock, and I don't know, I guess the creators, the designers of this wanted to make it look more elaborate than it really is. Mostly it's just in two directions, and yet it's, you see the size of this place is crazy. And then there's like tunnels like right here. Oh, repels effect wore off. That doesn't matter. There's like tunnels right here that will literally lead to nowhere. So that's what I mean. Like, they wanted to make it kind of complicated, but not really. I mean, they could have had some fun with this. They could have showed, like, they could have had like a little maze or labyrinth or something. I don't know. That leads to nowhere. And it doesn't really get really functional until up here, where we have two paths. We can either go up to the roof and capture Ho-Oh, or we can go down and capture Lugia. I guess Brendan in the first... wait, are we Brendan or are we Ethan? I forget. I'm pretty sure our name's Ethan. So I guess Brendan in the second generation, after capturing Ho and Lugia, let them go, and they're just like, ah, screw this, we're done with Johto, and they flew off to some godforsaken rock in the middle of the Hoenn Sea. Alright, so anyway, yeah, guys, Ho or Lugia, which one do you want me to go after first? Choose now. Yeah, I decided to do something different with this one because of, you know, the whole not a lot of stuff to do in this episode. If you're watching this on a mobile device, you're pretty much screwed, though, because you have to have annotations enabled. You gotta wait for me to ramble on until someone clicks something. Clicking on something would be nice now. Remember, you have annotations enabled. Otherwise, this is just gonna sound ridiculous. It's just gonna be talking to nothing. Hey, you selected Ho-Oh. Okay, so let's go and capture the rainbow bird in the sky. Just gonna head up the 15 frickin' ladders. This guy would be exhausted after this. My god. Kill a Ho to install a frickin' elevator into this frickin' place? No! Shiny code! Haha! I remembered! I remembered! Barely, but I remembered. I don't think it'll work now. It'll probably not work, but I remembered. Haha! Man, it's insane. I tell myself 100,000 times, remember the shiny, and it didn't work. I don't think it would have worked anyway. Whatever, there's Ho-Oh. It's Shiny Sprite. If you want to look at its shiny sprite, go in the thumbnail of this video. It's on the thumbnail if you want to go see the shiny sprite. But yeah, that's Ho-Oh, Rainbow Bird from the Sacred Tower, or Burned Out Tower from Ecutech City. And yeah, that's... Damn it! I hate that. I freaking hate that. I'm pretty sure it was just the code, because otherwise I'm pretty sure it would have worked. But it's just funny, because I tell myself 100 times, remember to turn the flipping shiny code back on when you get to the freaking tower. To the freaking Naval Rock, and it never works. Never works. Anyway. Ho-Oh, the rainbow Pokemon. 12 foot 6, 438 pounds. That's a big turkey. Its feathers, which glow in 7 colors, depending on the angle at which they are struck by light, are thought to bring joy. It is said to live at the foot of a rainbow. Aw, I guess the top of Naval Rock is the foot of a rainbow. But okay, no, we're not going to give a thing to Ho. Okay, Ho is transferred to Fox 1. Alright, now let's remember to... let's turn off the Naval Rock and the Anti-DMA and the Mystic Ticket, and now maybe we'll get a chance at seeing Shiny Lugia. Maybe that'll be a thing. Alright, so let's try this again, ladies and gentlemen. I'll remember for the next one. The next one is the last legendary, well, yeah, the last episode will be the last legendaries we're going to capture. I'll remember to turn it back on that time. I will freaking smack myself if that's not the case. Hey, you decided to pick Lugia. Well, that's just great. Alright, so let's go and pick Lugia here. Alright, let's just climb down the stairs here. This will be considerably easier than going after Ho-Oh. Oh, I don't know about going after Ho-Oh because, you know, I wouldn't know about that because you obviously picked Lugia first. There's a lot more stairs to get Lugia than there is Ho-Oh. I'll give you that much. Then again, I could just be jumping down. Oh my god, see, that's ridiculous. It's freaking ridiculous. Alright, so this is Lugia, the water bird Pokemon thing. I do love its cry. This guy has the reputation for being probably one of the more annoying Pokemon I had to capture in Generation 2. There we go, that's the shiny. Mostly because in Generation 2, I remember I always played Pokemon Gold. I never had Pokemon Silver. So, usually what I would do is I would catch Ho-Oh, no problem, and I would usually keep Ho-Oh in my party. And the problem with Lugia is by the time you capture Lugia, though, like Ho-Oh is only level 40, and Lugia would be level 70, so it's always incredibly hard for me to capture Lugia. Also, fun fact I just found out about these two Pokemon rather recently, because I never played Silver, was that even though you can capture both of them in either game, their signature move will not be in the generation that you're not playing their poster game. For example, the signature move of Lugia is Aeroblast, and if you capture it as level 40 in Pokemon Silver, it will know Aeroblast. However, if you capture it in Gold at level 70, it will not know Aeroblast. Same thing with Ho-Oh. Ho-Oh knows the special ability note Sacred Fire, so if you capture it in Silver at level 70, it will not know Sacred Fire. So that's pretty interesting. That is certainly very interesting there. So anyway, yeah, just gonna go and capture this Pokemon. I believe in this game they do know both of their techniques, Sacred Fire and Aeroblast respectively. So there goes Master Ball. And yeah, that'll wrap up the episode pretty much, capturing Lugia. Like I said, it wasn't a very lengthy episode, kind of the same as Deoxys. Next one, we're going to be capturing 2 legendaries in different locations, so that should be different. Lugia, the diving Pokemon. Lugia is so powerful, even a light fluttering of its wings can blow apart houses. As a result, it chooses to live out of sea deep under the sea. Okay, well, at least it cares about property values. At least you got to give it that much. At least it's like, hey, me being around will, like, wipe out your shit. I'm just going to go, guys. I'm going to hang out under the ocean. If you need me, come and ring. You know, I'm there whenever you need me, but you know, I'm just getting out of town before I get run out. So yeah, it's a pretty smart Pokemon. Okay, no. Transfer to Lynette's PC. Okay, well, I don't think I can surf here, but that's it, guys. There's Naval Rock. There's the Ho-Oh and Lugia. Next episode, episode 49, we're going to be going after yet another legendary. Oh my god, there's a lot of freaking ladders. Okay, there. Next episode, we're going to be going after the last legendary Pokemon that you can legitly catch in this game, which would be Mew, found in Faraway Island. The other legendary I was speaking of is Jirachi, but you can only get Jirachi through a special event alone. It's not like it gets you a ticket to go to a special island for Jirachi. It's literally the only way to get Jirachi is through the code. So in that situation, I'm probably just going to have to use a code to catch Jirachi in the wild, but I just want to show you him because it's a pretty interesting Pokemon. So yeah, next time, guys, last episode of the legendaries, and then after that, last final episode where we fight the final boss of Pokemon Emerald. So yeah, hope to see you guys there. Tekking101 signing out. See you guys.